What up? Affiliation Podcast, episode number 4. Octavian,
Yes, sir.
H, with the Diddy dollar in his name. So many things happened since the last time we spoke about a month ago.
I think it's been a couple weeks, but
Was it a couple
yeah,
weeks
we're here
ago?
now, though,
Oh,
baby.
no. Yeah, man. So how's things going?
Things are good, man. Keeping it together, just getting out of that snowstorm. So,
Oh yeah.
we back on deck. You feel what I'm saying?
How many inches you guys get?
I think we got around 9 or 10.
Oh, we got more.
Yeah, about 9 or 10. It wasn't crazy, but it was crazy enough.
We got like 20 inches.
You got 20? No, you didn't get 20 inches. Did you
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Gosh, man, that's like
That's
crazy.
a lot. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, I guess they're really prepared out here for that shit.
That's what I'm saying. I also feel the same way for here. It's like it was like a lot, but it really wasn't. They handled it very well. So yeah.
Man, if you still out in that DMV, it'll be like you get 20 inches, like 50 people dead.
Right. They leaving cars on the highway like Walking Dead, boy.
I remember that 2011 snowstorm when I was working out in Northern Virginia. We got stuck out there. I had to spend the night in the office, and then I got up around like 3 a.m. I was like, all right, this is cool. Dude, I drove home. It felt like the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Bro, that's how crazy that shit was.
Yeah,
bro.
That's nuts, man. That sucks because it's like once the first person starts doing it, that bullshit on the highway, you got to do it too.
Yeah. No, but I went out there and I was like, shit, I'm gonna just try to leave when I feel that there's nobody out there, and there was literally nobody on the highway, just a bunch of abandoned cars. But the roads were caked with snow. I was driving on top of ice basically, and I went like 4 miles an hour. Like driving home was wild. Luckily out here we don't have to do that. Like the next day they were plowed. My guy who does our lawn came by and plowed the snow on that Monday. And then I had to do much. So. Anyway, we're here to talk about Epstein files and all that stuff.
Man, listen. They implicating Juan's man, Jay-Z.
I think Jay was everybody's man. The fall from grace of Jay-Z and Dame Dash when it comes to all things cultural is so sad.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Even though I love Dame's positioning and his messaging is just so disrespectful that people don't want to hear it from him. Mm-hmm. Then Jay obviously just puts a price on the culture, and then really the price on his pathway to the culture, sells that, and then tries to convince us about how it's a good move when it's really just a good move for him.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way you accelerate growth in business. And then, guys that try to the Diddy situation. Let's just put it this way. When you partner with these Europeans, this is what happens.
For sure. I agree with you. I mean, that's straight up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And those are the ones that are the eager ones to give you the money, the large amounts of money sooner than everybody else because they need access, right? I think there's either something that came out about Lil Yachty and Baby. They invested in I think a Jewish dating app back in 2021. And that's also being linked to some other things that are other foreign investments by them, as well as other cultural icons in the hip hop music space. They're spending their money with, everyone except us, right? Well, to a degree. I don't know exactly what Lil Yachty's spending his money on. I'm not going to speculate that. But it would appear that their major investments and infrastructure assignment of money is going to foreign individuals and their ideas and their apps and their business development and all of that good stuff. And you just never know what these guys are getting in return other than their percentage of profit, right?
Yeah. So they got advisors probably that when if they decide to start venture capital firms or work with venture capital, they put their money in a portfolio of startups that get things. Right. I mean, that's how Nas made all his money.
Absolutely.
Carmelo Anthony did that. Yeah. DJ Envy,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who are low key. Like you wouldn't think Carmelo Anthony is touching, 200-300 million, maybe $500 million worth, but he is. Same with DJ Envy and all these guys, and then now Charlemagne, all these guys, But when you work with the devil, got to pay them consequences, man. So I watched the Breakfast Club when his news broke, and then did they talk about it at all? I don't think they did.
I don't know, and I don't know if they will, and they better not. I mean,
even touch it.
I mean, listen, the real question is, all of these things, especially with Pusha and Jay, were coming from tip lines.
Mm-hmm.
So they opened the tip line when they first arrested. Well, no, not first. I think in 2019, I think when he died, either right before or after he died, they opened a tip line. So anyone could have called in with these accusations, right, of things that happened. Now, they are showing photos of Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein at a Diddy party together in '98, and obviously the black community or hip hop.
Was that '98? It's a '96 in the files.
So '96 was when the accusations came in.
Yeah.
And '98, there's a photo of them at a Diddy party. So I think people are sharing that to show that it is that not far unbelievable, right, that they would be associated in '96.
So I'll give you this: somebody who's from that era and from New York at that time. Jay-Z was nowhere close to Harvey.
Not getting into a damn Diddy party. Not getting nobody party. Still outside.
Diddy wasn't even that close to. Diddy wasn't even near Harvey Weinstein or Hollywood or any of that stuff. So don't get it twisted. I could believe that maybe that if Jay made his way into a something or other party in New York, maybe some fashion, but he was still in the street. '96, bro.
And I don't think cats. I mean, again, here's the thing with Jay-Z, right? The problem is when other things start to reveal themselves. For example, the accusations of trying to date Beyonce at a young age, the accusations of attempting to date Aaliyah at a young age, right? And then the accusations, I believe, that he had affiliated with a Diddy situation with someone that was also underage, that obviously he profusely denied and got himself removed from that case. And then you have this tip line, someone saying in '96, this and the third happened. Obviously, you don't want to believe that stuff, right? But you never know, right?
Yeah, well, you could never know, but at the same time, bullshit's bullshit. The Pusha T thing. So, I hit up some people in the camp, Pusha's camp, that I know very well, just to cue it. I didn't know the situation, and he did address this Weinstein thing in a verse, and that probably is also fabricated. I don't know. So I had trouble finding. I seen some Instagram posts about this shit. So I don't know what did they reference Pusha T in.
So this is also from the tip line. They said that they were at an event and got drugged, and when they woke up, they were being sexually assaulted by, I believe, they said they called him a handler. This person had multiple handlers for the evening. Two, again, being Harvey Weinstein and Pusha T, in separate situations in the same evening. They were being drugged and sexually assaulted, per this claim.
He was doing that. Okay.
That's what they say. Now listen.
All this on the heels of him having Kendrick on a feature and him obviously beefing with Drake. But the ironic part is that these associations have been out there. It's been in verses and stuff. So, and it's been addressed. I think, I think I want to say on Drug Dealers Anonymous, he referred to Weinstein, right? Let me think.
I believe it's one of those records. I'm not.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Pusha T historian, but shout out Pusha T, and I hope these things aren't true. And I'm again, I need proof, man. These are just to me, they're just tip line conversations. Could be true, could not be true.
Yeah, it's from Drug Dealers Anonymous. It says, I think. Yeah. I'm not kidding. Woke up and she abducted and woke up in the rooms and they didn't go hard. Epstein. Okay, I'm just trying to find this Harvey Weinstein thing.
Close the door, please.
Oh, here it is. I won't let you ruin the dreams of Harvey Weinstein, the kid. Good morning, Matt Lauer. Can I live? What is that from? That's fine, not from Drug Dealers Anonymous. But either way, it's all, to me, it's all bullshit. These accusations about him and Pusha, because it's from Hard Piano. Yeah, with Rick Ross.
Okay, all right.
Off of the his the album that he had with the Whitney Houston drug cover.
Yeah. Was it Almost Dry? Is it Almost Dry?
I don't know.
Or
Daytona.
Daytona.
Yeah. So, Yeah, I mean, look, it could be somebody being very calculated and doing some shit like that. But look, to not to get all political on this, just to my takes on the recent drop of the Epstein files is that they're filling it up with a bunch of associated bullshit that leads to 6 degrees of separation from Jeffrey Epstein, right? So you're talking Harvey Weinstein, who probably was down with Jeffrey Epstein in some form, getting girls or maybe something, whatever the fuck, partying and whatever, and that'll all soon come out. But then you're saying, okay, let's just associate these other people that are, indirectly associated with him in some way, shape, or form that we don't like. Jay-Z, Pusha T. As you can, they're obviously political operatives. If you think about it, Jay-Z put a lot of money towards Hillary Clinton's campaign. Back in the day, Pusha T was out on the road for Hillary Clinton back in the day. That's right. Outspoken, saying Trump.
Tim Kaine,
Bro, can I tell you, look, Trump is probably the most spiteful piece of shit on this planet. And if he hears this, he's probably going to try to get back at me. And this is how it works with this guy and what he does. And it's brilliant in a sense, but it's kind of like it's going to not destroy, but put more doubt in the legitimacy of these Epstein files.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree. Yeah. And I feel like that's the goal.
Yeah. Yeah. So you associate randos that have nothing to do with Epstein, and then you have like real motherfuckers that have something to do with Epstein, like Bill Gates. So I don't know Bill Gates says anything about him or whatever, but at the end of the day, that I believe the Bill Gates shit because he's already been on the plane. They already have pictures of him with Epstein. His wife literally said that she was creeped out by this guy and part of the reason why they got divorced. So I feel that, okay, yeah, look, it's like squirrel over there. And then you have these guys over here. And then why is it they redacted the names of the people that they're sending these critical emails out to, but they left all the political operatives and enemies of Trump in there, like Jay-Z, Pusha T, Bill Gates, this one, that one. And it's ironically, they left in some tidbits about Trump, but I was talking to my associate that knows, he's like, look, 3 million pages of emails, videos, all that shit. They probably have an AI sweep through this and it's messing up, right? The redactions and all that shit.
It would take years.
Exactly.
It would take years. And I don't even know. Here's the thing. They were talking that bullshit, thinking that it was going to be an easy cleanup, put a date on it. There's nothing in this bullshit. I'll prove it to you. We'll have it out in 2 months.
Do you even think they looked at the stuff before they decided
I think they're fucking looking at it now. Well, I think they're looking at it now. But, think
that this Trump administration, since the first term,
Biden, no, because it was a hoax. Because it was a hoax,
dude. If you're implicated in this, know that you've communicated with this person and know that there's powerful people that and then they're like, "Yo, don't put that out." If they're just saying, "Don't put it out," wouldn't you think to have your people look at it and say, "Hey, what can we destroy, redact, whatever?" And then you agree to throw it all out there on some random date and
because you're pompous. Listen, that I remember on Rick and Morty. There was a character on there that said Pompous so well that I completely took that word from mine. And I said, I'm going to say Pompous now. Yes, they're pompous assholes, arrogant. And to think that they could just bullshit their way through this. And then when they finally get the files, they're probably like, oh my fucking Lord.
Wow, yeah. And it's not even anything crazy. It's hard to believe and it's hard to substantiate if you just saw that and we're like, whatever. But considering the times that we're in and the way we have all this information, like pictures just start randomly popping up. People are really sleuths that go out there and look for this shit. And in my head, I'm like, that could have happened. But it could have happened to any of us. Like we could have been walking. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And you know what? And here's the thing.
Chris Tucker, perfect example. He was
the
first
getting smoked, getting his fucking boots smoked.
But people, look, they're like, all right, Chris Tucker's just, like, who's Chris Tucker? But Trump loves Chris Tucker. Maybe he's talking about putting Rush Hour 3 or 4 or 5 out, whatever. 4. He loves. But Brett Ratner is literally that's Trump's guy, right? And right. Brett Ratner, and Brett and Russell Simmons, that they used to run back in the day, raping all them Victoria's Secret models and shit.
See, and that's
so allegedly.
But that's also what I want to say. I think that what this is exposing is that there is multiple layers to this Epstein shit. You have the underage aspect of the shit, right? Yeah. Then you have like I think voluntary prostitution and then involuntary prostitution, which also constitutes as sex trafficking. So I think that some of these guys are getting caught up buying prostitutes, right? Or buying, having agreed upon prices and commitments to entertain women. Allegedly, Bill Gates having sex with Russian hookers, catching some unknown STD, and then begging for antibiotics. But did you see that they also put out a clip from him announcing $100,000 award to someone that can create a next generation condom in 2013? And this is when 2013 is when he caught this unknown STD and from these Russian hookers, allegedly. So people are tying these things back in history, like, yo, this motherfucker, Bill Gates, offered $100,000 to somebody to create a next generation condom. And then the same year, he emailed Epstein asking for antibiotics for an unknown STD he got from Russian hookers. So it's like, I think that there's aspects, even with the Elon stuff, right? Like they said that they, I read something about he received 3 passport photos from women allegedly he was going to be partying with, right? Yeah. But I don't know if that's underage, right? I think that that's just rich niggas going out to an island trying to have some fun with some hoes.
See, that's the thing. They don't know. Obviously, Epstein was accused of child sex trafficking in 2007 or 8 or whatever. So knowing his criminal history, if they knew that, which I don't know, maybe they did. I don't know, but it's really crazy, the association there. But the main person who's literally has direct implications is the president, and they're still, and it's like they're not trying to hide it, but they're also trying to say like, don't believe you're
because it's all bullshit. Like look at all this other bullshit that's not real. Look at all
this other bullshit, and then whatever. You don't think Jay-Z did something, but the president did. You're biased.
You're a hypocrite. You're partisan. You're a
leftist. Whatever.
Yeah. You're a leftist. Crazy. Yeah, you're crazy. For sure. And you're right. And I think that that's part of the ploy, right? To discredit everything. But this is what I will say. I feel like when it comes to the underage stuff, Jeffrey Epstein himself has said a lot pertaining to Trump with underage women. You know what I'm saying? Like himself. And like that to me speaks volumes because like, it's like they said that he said to someone else that he was so foul. And then there's all these messages about torture videos and all this crazy shit. Like,
but they were saying this stuff about Hillary Clinton back in the day, eating baby fetuses, all this crazy shit.
Yeah, what Pizzagate? They had like a pizza shop in DC.
And it's funny how it really comes out. And now it kind of makes me think like, was there some validity to some of that stuff pertaining to all of this and comes full circle?
Because Bill's ass is in there.
It's a full circle moment, bro. But who knows? I mean, we'll probably never know because the State of the Union right now is really fucked. Obviously, there's bigger things going on in the streets, but we're not here to talk about those things because that's for the politics podcast, maybe. But I think there's another thing that's hilarious. I'm a big Reddit fan nowadays. Okay. They did the you saw that stadium picture with the Pusha T shit. That shit was he performing at the Grammys. They put the little pedophile dots on the Grammy. So shout out to the internet for being so quick to make the memes happen and all the good stuff. I'm proud of you. What else goes on? Oh, I gotta send an apology out to my homegirl Sydney Sweeney. I know I made a lot of comments a couple episodes ago about how you're an abject failure in the acting world. And The Handmaid's Tale is ongoing, the biggest movie in the country going into the new year.
Congratulations.
I was wrong. I want to go see it now. I don't know. I don't know. Did she show her boobies in that movie? I have no clue. I don't know. I don't know. But I heard it's really good, and they're planning on a part 2. She just launched her lingerie line. There's a lot of big money backing her, from my understanding. I heard that she's Jeff Bezos and them put a lot of money into like companies that she's associated with and that she started. Like so, from a business perspective, I think she's moves with the moment well, and which I said, and embracing that fandom and all that other stuff. Now I think the women are becoming more like engaged with her, and I'm excited to see what Euphoria season 3 has to
Yeah,
offer.
That's shout out to her. It's always important to figure out how to move with the tides. And I got to say the same thing. Shout out to my boy ASAP Rocky, another guy's moving with the tides. You're thinking on your feet. You're listening to the reactions to what you're doing, and you're pivoting in the moment, and that's what it takes to stay up on top right now. So shout out to Sydney Sweeney. Shout out to ASAP Rocky.
What do you think of the album?
Yeah. The album's good, man. It's different. It's different, and that's what I like about it, right? I like that.
That Shut the Fuck Up song's my shit.
Man, he is completely. I mean, listen, man, he's showing the growth, and I think that maybe Rihanna had a little bit to do with that. A little spice in there. Like, hey, bro, you need to go ahead.
They got another baby coming.
My gosh, for real? I didn't get that.
Number 3, right? Yeah, no, I saw a picture of her. I don't know. Maybe it was old, but
if it's true,
I'm looking
shout out to them. Rocky, you'll be playing The Floor Is Lava for the next fucking 5 years. But yeah, man. And spinning that into, first of all, shout out to Ferg. Ferg and Fergie Baby just released a Harlem record that is fire. That is fire. And I hope that them boys get that steam going under that, and they can get.
What's a Fergie Baby?
Fergie Baby is also from Harlem. He's like a new age.
Wait, I've heard of him. He's down with Cam, right?
See, I think everyone from Harlem is down with Cam, number one. But I do remember seeing a clip of them together. I don't know if there's been music made or music released. I'm not a big, I'm not up on New York music like that, but I did catch that record. Came across my timeline yesterday, and let me tell you, they're trying to bring Harlem back, and I hope that they can get Cam or Jim or J.R. Ryder or any of them dudes from Harlem to get on that joint and push that joint even further, because I feel as though right now New York rap, other than Rocky, but Rocky is not coming with a New York sound, right? So I think that there is no New York sound again, as Myron Gaines would say, again.
That's your boy.
Again. So here we are in another redefining period for New York music. We'll see. I think A Boogie's dropping this year. Other than that, I only think, and I could be wrong, so if anybody finds anybody from New York that we should be listening to, drop them in the comments. But I'm just not really up on New York like that, but shout out to New York and shout out to Ferg. Shout out to Denzel. You want to go get an Casa feature? Yeah, go get a.
No, he looked like him. Fergie Baby, he looked like him.
Oh, shout out Casa. Hey, bro, shout out Duke the God. I'll go down all the Purple City. I'll go down all the Purple City. All of the Skull Gang. Yeah, Bezel. Shout out Bezel. You know what I'm saying? Bezel was the man with the hooks. My man said, Sin City be on Cam's podcast.
Yeah, well, I watch. Shout
out Sin City. I know he was real close with Dame. I know that all that Cam and Dame stuff really probably bothered him because he was real close with everybody. But shout out Sin City. Shout out to Cam. He did that song "Letter to Dame." I can appreciate that, and I hope that Dame can put his ego to the side at some point and just know that all you got in your old age at this point is the people that you've built with, and Dame got to stop taking anything so personal.
Yeah, I mean, look. If you've been burned like that and don't have,
I agree. I understand that
being the type of personality he is, and now
there's some validity to it, but not everybody out to get you.
You live by a code of ethics, and I feel this way sometimes. You live by a code of ethics, and then people start not fucking with you, or stop fucking with you. It kind of pisses you off, and there could be all types of valid reasons for not fucking with you, but like. When it was all good, it was all good just a week ago, right? We were all fam and all friends and all that type of shit. So I could somewhat relate, but also at the same time, who gives a fuck? You gotta keep it moving.
Gotta keep it moving.
What I'm saying? With all that stuff. And you gotta look at every situation as what it is and then reassess those relationships. And when you get back up on top, look backwards maybe and say, "Oh, sorry, I ain't got it for you this time, homie," or whatever.
Well, you know who's not gonna keep it moving? Academics on Lil Baby.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Man, listen. So
he got a target on his head now, don't he?
Yeah. So I think they both got targets if you ask me. But apparently, at a brand risk event at one of Aiden Ross's brand risks last year in March. Academics was approached by who Academics would call Lil Baby's blunt roller, and he apparently tried to slap Academics, or according to him, he slapped Academics.
Yeah.
Akademics says he did not slap him. If he would have slapped him, he would have, his security would have put hands on him viciously. Anyway, apparently Akademics is accusing Kai Cenat's man, Ty Lil, of allowing this individual to access Akademics through being with Ty Lil. So obviously, that's your man with somebody else you don't know, but you're not going to just turn them both away because that's your man. So apparently the dude either smacked him, didn't smack him, whatever. Then, Akademics called Lil Baby after that, say, yo, this dude is allegedly your man. He tried to do some shit to me last night. Lil Baby said, absolutely not. That's not how I move, whatever. Now, last week, the dude's coming out because he's allegedly the one that was apparently coercing or interacting with Kai Cenat's girl to create an uncomfortable potential cheating moment. I don't know really about that. I don't care about that. But because of that, it is now exposed that guy, and Akademics lost his fucking religion on Lil Baby. He exposed. He got $30,000 to speak positively of Lil Baby's last album from either QCP or wherever Lil Baby is at now. I don't know where the hell he's at now, but he exposed that. He also says that he wants to fight Lil Baby. He's demanding that Aiden Ross set up the boxing match. They got Whack 100 on the phone. Aiden Ross is trying to find the sponsor money to get Lil Baby to fight Akademics. Akademics says he will fight for it. Doesn't matter what it is. He wants half of whatever Lil Baby gets. So whatever number they land on with Lil Baby, he just wants half. He said if he'll fight him for $100,000, he'll fight him for $50,000. That's what he says. Now, here's the thing. I ain't really worrying about that. I am just worrying about the fallout behind exposing the amount of payola the DJ Akademics is, I guess privy to, because he has, the biggest.
Wait, so he took the 30K?
He took the 30,000. He said it on stream. Said it on stream. Your label gave me $30,000 to talk positively of your last album. I will never. No one can ever call my phone to give me any amount of money to speak positively about you again. It's over. And went on a 3-day tirade.
So he's exposing himself as being a piece of shit.
Yes, and of course, Anthony Fontano could not wait to take that one little clip and say Akademics is getting paid to positively react.
I mean, that's the way the business is, so whatever. But, that's not an uncommon thing to do. It's widely accepted in the game. Just have your own opinion. This is one thing I'm going to criticize record labels for, and this might lose me some business. Y'all don't know how to market shit. You just say, hey, pay for good sentiment. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, even though we have zero free thought or thinking when it comes to things like politics, music is about taste and culture and talent, right? If you don't have that formula, you're not gonna make, it doesn't matter what the fuck piece of shit product you got, it's not gonna resonate. And it was proven this year, with the Clips project, with the who else put out some shit that resonated well? Somebody recently, I forgot. Oh yeah, the ASAP Rocky. Actually, I'm putting a lot of, because we worked on the ASAP Rocky thing. We did some like billboards and shit. I got a funny story about that. I'll tell it later. But I gave the album a listen when it came out, and I was impressed by it. And I think that's going to be something that's going to resonate well.
And that's the point,
the next
right?
Couple of months.
You listen to something and you like it. You didn't do it because DJ Akademics told you to, and that's what they got to understand, right? Now, I do understand you have to pay for exposure, but you should not be paying for opinions. Yes. Right? You should. He has a big platform. You should be paying him to put it on the platform. If he shits on it, he shits on it. But you should be getting these authentic reactions. No one's opinion should be paid for, in my opinion.
And this is why I feel that Drake is such a prolific artist, because he don't pay nobody to. They react automatically because it's Drake.
That's right.
But the music is undeniable.
Undeniable.
And this is why I always criticize the way Not Like Us is promoted. You literally opened up the floodgates for people to give positive sentiment over and over again by incentivizing them because, we're not going to copyright strike you.
Yes, you're right.
Or even just paying them outright. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing behind the scenes. But you artificially inflated a horrible song. And the fact of the matter is anybody listening to that song right now?
No, not here in America. They're probably listening to it in Europe.
It has it stuck with the culture the way that Front to Back or Takeover or Ether. I don't know. History will tell, but like it is a little bop. Yeah, it did work on the radio and all
for
that
the moment,
shit.
absolutely, and it did its purpose.
Yeah, but if you're talking about was it in the lane of one of the best diss songs, this, that, and the third, I can't say it is because it didn't do anything that hurt Drake, for the long term or people's careers.
Yeah, I remember when this record will cut you completely off. You're on life support.
Dog, Meek Mill. He went to rehab off of that Drake beef. Ja Rule lost everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z and Nas, I mean, look, I think that was like, they're bigger.
They were already too big. Yeah, they were already huge when they clashed. So really, Nas might have took a little bit of there, maybe Jay, but
I don't think
it was a wash.
I think it affected Jay's, like, I can't say affected his street cred. And maybe kind of just let's just say his presence in New York. Like, okay, people across because I was in New York when all this shit happened. A lot of the movement as far as the street people went towards Nas's records and stuff. But Nas, the problem was with Nas is that he can never follow up with something amazing. So Jay-Z, he had the Blueprint, and then he came out Blueprint 2, and then right after that, fucking Black Album.
Yeah.
Ether, what? No, I mean, not people didn't forget about it, but
but Nas did not capitalize on the moment.
Yes,
absolutely, and I think, but that's because he was so bitter at that time. He was so angry at that time. He was always going off on the radio, and that's because he was trying to get out of his deal.
Mm-hmm.
He had the ill will shit at Columbia, right? I think it was, and they were trying to get out of the deal, and shit was all fucked up. And then that's when Jay-Z went after him. That's when he was at his lowest, when he didn't think he had budget, when he didn't have a new deal set up in place, and they went for him and they tried to take him out. Now, this is the thing. Luckily for Nas, mixtapes were still a thing.
Yeah.
At that point. So he didn't need a radio budget. He didn't need a label budget to go get Ron Browse and they could hit the mixtape scene. And then, but then Jay moved on and sent Dipset after him, right? Sent Dipset after to keep the nigga busy.
No, he didn't send Dip. I think.
In my opinion, Cam and Jim, that shit was pointless.
No, fucking Nas was on the radio talking shit.
Oh, talking that shit. Well, you know what, though? All of them were talking that
everybody,
shit.
Nori, everybody.
50 was talking that shit on the radio at that point in time.
Martinez.
Yeah, that Angie, I love Angie. Angie, she loves to be like indirectly messy, right? Like she herself is not messy, but cats go to that platform and get messy. You know what I'm saying?
And that's around the time 105.9 started popping the radio station when they came into town. So there was a rivalry there, and Nas started repping that station more. I remember he used to go up there all the time, and this is when Hot 97 was at its peak. But like, I don't know. I think Nas was just going after everybody in New York and stuff, and then he could never really follow up with a record that, come on. Right after that, right after God's Son, he did the Bravehearts compilation album. Come on, bro.
Hey, bro. Let me tell you something.
I don't even remember that record.
Quick to back down. Uchi Wally, quick to back down, bro. Come on, bro.
I don't remember. That was around the God's Son.
The Lil Jon, quick to back down.
Then he started messing with what were they called?
Police?
Nah, the whole Murder Inc. shit.
Oh yeah, he was entertaining that, and that's what put his ass on the radar. 50,
yeah.
Even though 50,
who Nas?
You know what I mean?
I don't think Nas and 50 were ever beefing.
No, it wasn't officially beefing, but 50, and the reason why is because obviously Nas gave 50 his first tour, took him, the whole Columbia thing and all that stuff. So I really feel like 50 used some restraint there because he did not officially sign. But that's also what caused the rift between Irv and Jay, was entertaining the Nas signing situation. I think there was also, and then this is what made Jay and 50 come together.
Street's Disciple was kind of. I'm looking at the record sales. Street's Disciple was kind of dope.
Street's Disciple was fire.
Yeah, hip hop is dead.
But the real question between all of this is, where was Mobb Deep in all of this? You know what I'm saying? Where is Mobb Deep during all this time? Fucking with Alchemist, I think at the time. They were fucking with Alchemist. I think Vita had just got dropped from Murder Inc. at that time. Or didn't get dropped, excuse me. She had left. And then Vita was over there cutting records with them. I think she was on, what record was she on with Mobb Deep? Was it Getaway?
I know the beat. Not Getaway. That's somebody else.
That's
no. It was off that album. That album was dope too. Let me look up that shit.
Yeah, look up that shit because that shit. I think about that little run right there. Yeah. Mobb Deep with the joint with the joint with Vita, the one we're discussing now. The Twisted. Y'all niggas got it twisted, huh? That
was a 50 Cent era. That's when he
that was. But that's what I'm saying. Bleeding from that era, from that was it Nina Sky? Did they have a record with Nina Sky? Why am I thinking Nina Sky?
Oh no, what's his name?
Is that just Alchemist?
Yeah, the Alchemist song.
Hold You Down. So that whole
Prodigy was on that record, right?
Yes, Prodigy was on that record, correct. So that whole
Burn.
Was
on Infinity.
Bro, they had like 2001. They had like 6 or 7 bangers back to back. Everything they fucking dropped from like that up into the 50 Cent, up into the
Infamy,
the G Unit era.
Yo, they had that song with what's it called? Hey Love, that was dope. What's a Getaway?
Getaway, Stupid.
Learning. What's Nothing Like Home? Nothing Like Home. That's my favorite record off of there with Littles. Whatever happened to Littles?
Man, I don't know, man. But whatever happened to because there was the infamous Mobb. There's Mobb Deep and an infamous Mobb. And the infamous Mobb was Littles, Mobb Deep, and was it Big Noid?
Big Noid.
Big
Rapid Noid. Yeah, that's my guy.
And then I think there was one more person. In that little thing. Yeah, in that crew.
ECL peeped that record. Wow.
Yeah, we take it. I don't even, bro. Let me tell you something. I was a huge Mobb Deep fan back in the day. I thought that they were the fucking. I mean, I'm not saying that I feel how I've changed how I felt, but Prodigy,
murder music,
always fit in his bag, and of course, obviously, Havoc, one of the best producers to ever live, if you ask me. But I do feel, to see where Alchemist is today, and to know that all of them boys started together, essentially. I mean, obviously, Mobb Deep was in the game earlier than Alchemist.
Yeah.
But that just brings me back to all of that, like that whole sound, that Duck Down, back when Duck Down was popping, the Boot Camp Click, all that shit from like that late 90s, early 2000s. There's another one I'm thinking of too. Duck Down.
What, from New York? Digging in the crates?
No. Just like the labels, like Tommy Boy with Royce the 5'9" was first over there, and then Ruckus Records and
Tommy. Well, he was on time, but he was what was the fucking Game Records? That was the name of the label. They used to put out all those little indie records. Yeah.
See,
it was so like
I first heard Royce the 5'9", Click Click Boom.
Boom bam. Yeah, that came out on Game Records.
See, that's what really started my hip hop journey there. That's when I started to figure out all these regional sounds, these regional artists, like all these Detroit niggas, and that's when shit started to really.
Yeah, but you're bringing back a lot of fucking memories.
I know I am. I'm going like off the rails because this is the who was on Game Recordings, bro? Okay, so they did Bad
This is Adolf the Assassin, Sean Price, Illacoin, man. Shout out to Illacoin. That's one of my favorite songs.
Jojo Pellegrino. Oh shit.
Jojo Pellegrino was on there so Game Records was Raucous and Game Records. Just a little history lesson for y'all. Okay. They used to drop like singles. So Raucous started by dropping like singles like Mos Def, and then they did the Lyricist Lounge compilations. Game Records, I don't think they really took off with any albums, but they were the first to put out Royce the 5'9". They got a record, Thurston Howell III. Eminem put a song out with some people. Yeah, see, Illacoin by a Stranger. Fuck, this song is sick. It got Black Rob on it. Whew. Okay. Song is fucking ridiculous. Oh, that shit was in Snippet of the Game. That was in Grand Theft Auto 2? Holy shit, I had no clue.
See, they did album, The Rock City, yo. I'm telling you, that Royce the 5'9" album, bro. Let me tell you something. Royce the 5'9" is one of the most top.
Oh yeah, if they're three fully. Yep, Royce the 5'9"'s first album came out there.
Royce is just. He is just.
This phenomenal. Is not true. Adolf came out on he was on MCA or RCA or some shit back in the day. He'd been around since Shout out to Adolf the Assassin, man. This is some Puerto Rican kid, I think.
And is that Aguilar the Don Bishop?
No.
No. Okay, so that's Aguilar, a whole nother Aguilar.
A whole other Aguilar. He did a song called Cookie Monster. Actually, I gotta find that record. Cookie Monster. He was rapping like the Cookie Monster. Like
was he really?
Yo, this shit is funny. This is all like early 2000s, 1999, all that shit. So there, yo, do your history lessons, people. Underground New York hip hop, like, was so ill back in the day, man. You can't really. It was unmatched when it came to creativity and shit. Lord Digger came out. That's Master Ace's guy. He used to produce a lot of the records on there. Ace. See, Bad Meets Evil. So that Bad Meets Evil.
That's the Eminem, and that's the first one.
That's the first single. They did that. That record came out on Game Records, and this is literally a little bit before Eminem got put on with Dr. Dre. So yeah, Game Records, Raucous Records. Do your history lessons, people. They shit like around right before 2002 to 2000, like 2002 to 2004 is when Raucous started taking off.
Yeah, because they had like Talib,
Pharaoh Monch. Remember, like, get the fuck. When did that come out? 2099? I don't remember. It's oh man, so many records came out in that era. That
That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what this shit will never be. This shit today, even though cats are trying to bring some type of culture back to the music with obviously the Rome Streets, the Benny the Butchers, the Conways.
1999.
Rock Marciano still dropping, going crazy. That new Rock Marciano album is fucking nuts.
Not a fan, but go ahead.
Buddy can, Buddy can rap. Buddy can produce. Buddy is in his own lane, creating opportunities, and then from that, what you always hope for is that people will start to replicate some of the guys that actually mean something. Yeah. And I think that's what Rock Marciano is good for. He has his own pocket he exists in, but his position in this music game today is to inspire more people to go down his lane. And as long as guys like him continue to do what they're doing, we're in a better position for the future when it comes to that lane of hip hop. So that's what I'll say about Rock Marciano. Now, Kids in the Hall. Wow, shout out Kids in the Hall.
I remember them. They did a record with Nina Sky. I love Nina Sky.
Knowledge. I have Knowledge on LinkedIn. Shout out to Knowledge.
They put out Cool J Raps. Gian Sani.
This is the last thing that I would like to have your opinion on, H. I don't know if you're catching up on the J. Cole smoke.
Oh yeah, I heard the mixtape. I like it. I'm not a J. Cole fan at all.
So, what is your positioning? Everyone's reaction is, nigga, don't keep talking about that king shit to me when you apologize in a rap battle. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that man is marketing his new album called The Fall Off, and it's part of the marketing, and people are talking. And the fact of the matter is, I feel that this record is going to be huge just because of the way this rollout is. But the DJ Clue thing, which is dope. Where is it? Is that on SoundCloud? I mean, I found it on YouTube. I know it's on streaming.
It's on Even.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Oh, I don't even know what Even is. But what is that?
Direct to consumer platform.
Okay. So I listened to the whole thing. Fire. Just the spitting. It's like one of those things you get into it real quick. I don't know if I could take it in like I would take in, like a Rockefeller nonstop, freestyle thing or whatever, switching the beats or but because I'm not a J. Cole fan like that, so I'm not really analyzing the lyrics. But the way that people have been breaking down this shit and saying, oh, he's talking about Drake, he's talking about Kendrick, he's talking about this, and he's talking about that. I'm like, bro, he's talking about everybody, bro. He's talking about everybody. So don't get it twisted. The way he's doing this is crazy. Because I am 100% sure that. No, I'm not 100% sure. Very sure that there will be a Drake feature on this album.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because look, the way this stuff popped off and just going back a couple of years now with the beef. Think about it. You don't think he called Drake to say, "Yo, I'm gonna do this thing on stage," and say, "I'm gonna step away from this shit." He was the one that threw the first shot. Remember that. After Kendrick threw the shots. Drake didn't solicit that. He did it himself. And it happened to be whack. And this is why I always thought J. Cole was whack, because he's not a serious person when it comes to this battle rap shit. He picks on fucking, mumble rappers and drug addicts, right? And mentally disturbed people like Kanye. No, he does. Woo. And then like the first time you actually take on a serious opponent, this is what you do? That bullshit? Come on. And look, he probably said, "Yo, Drake, let me do," and he probably never even let Drake listen to the record. Drake would have said, "Nah, don't put that out." And he did it anyway, and he made him look like a fool. And then he said, "Yo, I gotta apologize and fix my reputation." So he did, which it didn't hurt him. He stays off the map a little bit. Now it's just marketing for his album, and I think it's great. And he's making a fan out of me, a person who does not like or listen to J. Cole at all. I like one song by J. Cole, that shit he did with Miguel. That's it. I don't even know the name of that fucking song. And the only reason I like it is because I was at a club with my wife and we were still dating, and that song played, and we were like making out to the song. So it was just like a memory, like in the club. And then I put on a little mixtape I made for her when we went on summer vacation. And I put it, I put the little blend. And
it's responsible for a moment. That's it. Great.
It's responsible for
Isn't that the purpose of music anyway? That's the purpose
that was
of
12 years ago. That's the only fucking J. Cole. All that Simba shit, fuck that. I don't care. Never liked any of that crap when he did it in 2009, 10. Look, and that was the heavy Drake era for us, like when we were here, because we were big supporters, work with him, all that shit. But I never thought that J. Cole was much. He was just a spitter to me.
Well, this is what I'll say. I'll say two things. Number one, I've been a fan of J. Cole, but that's just because of when we did the Wale tour way back in the day, and Juan was hosting it at the National, and J. Cole was an opener on that tour, and it was time for J. Cole to perform, and Juan looked at the performance lineup and said, "Which one of y'all niggas is Jermaine Cole?" And he was like, "Me." He's like, "All right, nigga, you up next." that's just what I remember of Jermaine Cole, but he's just always been so humble.
What year was that?
That was, I don't know, man. That had to be 2000 fuck, man. I don't know. 2000.
Had to be 2008 or something like
2009.
That. Really?
2009, maybe 2008. We'll have to talk to Juan about it, but I remember that
his first, he was already on. Like he was.
Let me look. It was Wale, Colin Monroe, and J.
Wale
Cole.
Probably was the guy, right?
He was the guy. Point. Yeah. So it was 2000. It was 2008. That was when the tour. It came to the National in Richmond, Virginia. Juan hosted that shit, and J. Cole was popping, kind of, right?
2011, but the first album came out. Yeah,
he was great, man. And ever since then, I will always have a lot of respect for that guy because he never let, I think he's still the same guy. I think he's still the same humble. Yeah. You're not even supposed to know me, bro. I'm just gonna go do my thing, and you're gonna know me after that, right? And I think that because of his ties to New York and pretty much going through the gauntlet, trying to get his opportunity. It creates a guy that just wants less friction in situations that just do not serve him. And I feel like he made that decision too late in that beef. He should have just stayed his ass out of it in the first place.
Too late, too early.
It was too late because he said what he said. And, but you know what I mean? But I do think that's just really not it's not really his bag, but he tried to compete, top 3, blah, blah, blah. And in order for you to be the top dog, you got to be versed in making the hit records, making the girl records, making the diss records, you got to be well versed all over the place. And that is what Drake has been trained on from day one. He's been trained on knowing how to make this kind of record, knowing how to make this kind of record, switching up this kind of flow, switching up these kind of beats, knowing the culture and diss and battle rap and diss culture, knowing your history and these other types of genres of hip hop. I mean, Drake was a student of the game, and that is what makes him the contender for the number one spot each and every time, no matter what niggas talking about. I think Kendrick has a couple joints. I'm not going to sit here and say Kendrick can't rap, is not talented or whatever, but I feel as though Kendrick is pigeonholed into one pocket that he dominates really well. Drake should really stay the fuck away from that shit as far as when a motherfucker's baiting you like that. He got someone in his sleeve, bro. It's almost like little guy. Yeah, Kendrick.
Kendrick, see, this is the thing I always criticize Kendrick for. It's like your associations with these corporations and all this other shit. And I've known this. I mean, look, dog, you're doing songs with what, Miley Cyrus and fucking what's her name? Taylor Swift and all this shit. Like, bro, you align yourself with this shit and you're like, I'm the culture. Like, what, country music, nigga? Like, what are we talking about? And then, like, look, no disrespect. TDE's an amazing label. Top Dog's done an amazing job with SZA, all the acts on there that are even the ones that they're developing. But at the end of the day, bro, like, you're a businessman too. You understand what it takes to make it in this world. Drake understood what was to make it in this world. Sometimes you gotta, do some foul shit you don't want to do. But you baiting the guy who is the culture at the time into a rapper, the guy who globalized Caribbean music.
Yeah.
The guy who globalized like club and like these weird genres of club and dance. He had us listening to a whole fucking R&B and club record in 2021. right?
Yeah.
Who's collabed with some of the biggest and brightest and made everybody he touched a star. Pause.
Absolutely, though.
And you're going to say he's not the culture? Because you don't like the way he says nigga and shit? Fuck
yeah, because my thing is, Kendrick, you ain't give Fetty Wap no verse, bro, all right? You ain't give Fetty Wap. I mean, you ain't give Fetty Wap my way, bro. All right?
Yeah, but he didn't let him put it out. And
I mean, listen, that's the business. That's the business aspect to it. I ain't gonna say nothing about nobody's business.
It's crazy. So Drake ain't giving it away no more. He ain't giving it away. So
because fuck these
niggas.
Hip
hop. See, that's the fucked up. Wait, Kendrick gonna hold you down because he ain't coming out for another 5 years. So,
look, bro, don't worry, bro. We got Baby Keem coming, son. Don't worry about it. Baby Keem is coming, bro.
Seriously?
He gonna save it.
What was that young nigga that was doing the disc records on the Bronx Boy from his camp? What was it? Remember when oh no, what's not Bronx? What's his name? Was doing disc records. Brooklyn, young bull. Not young anymore.
Young nigga from whose camp? In Brooklyn. Oh, Joey Badass? To my Joey?
Joey Badass, yeah. When he was doing them diss records and then
he was smoking they boots, he was smoking them niggas.
And then Kendrick's little man started getting a little, I forgot the guy's name. Some dude.
You talking about Reason and Rayvon?
I don't know. Yeah, Rayvon. Yeah. He was out there in the streets doing all these records and then Kendrick not even co-signing none of it. Hilarious. So look, bro. Everybody, look, money's to be made. These guys have their own agendas. Kendrick got his moment. He happy like a little kid that gets a little piece of candy. You beat Drake in a battle, but now we know that a lot of it was AI driven. he literally went to ChatGPT to get some help here with finishing the essay. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if ChatGPT came up with them punchlines. So I'll give you that, and I'm hoping that it was good for hip hop in the moment, but I still, game respects game, and I love the way they did the marketing and all that stuff. It costs a pretty penny to make a big dollar. You know what I'm
saying? Speaking of game is game.
That's a clip right there.
It is. And I actually got a hard stop now, but the next thing I want to talk to you about, is I would like to talk to you either. We'll run it back, but I would like to talk to you about this new Game album.
I need to go. It's out?
Yeah, it's out. A new DJ drama tape. Another one.
I gotta go listen to that.
And he's challenging Kendrick, so you gotta listen to that. You gotta listen to that.
See, look, man. When the smoke clears,
he said he's the best rapper from Compton, bro. So if not, prove me wrong. So
look, Kendrick gonna have to do, his little.
Yeah, you got to. Okay, bro, you got to start knocking him down, bro.
He's not going to though, because he like to him, and this is. I hope he's smart. Don't start acting. Look, you took out. You supposedly took out the. When Iceman comes out, we'll really know we'll
know what's cooking. That's right.
Look, if it doesn't do numbers, that's. I'm gonna look at it objectively. If the music's good, I'll fuck with it. Because I honestly, Drake's music for the past 3 years, maybe, I haven't really fucked with. Not really since Her Loss. That was like those records. Yeah, there's a lot of records on there I fuck with. And I love the chemistry between him and 21, yes. So but since then it's been like a couple of songs here and there. But you put out so much material, and I feel like Drake is in this space where it's like everything is good enough that if you give him 15, 20 songs, that new people will be that you bringing in new people all the time. So those new people are going to be fed very well.
Absolutely.
But the fans like you and me who've been listening for 15, 20 years almost now. Yeah, the catalog is, we go back, we listen to some of the mixtapes and like, damn, but that's a different feeling because that moment was the moment.
It's different. That's right.
Yeah, it was. So I like the way that he attracts new fans who listen to different shit, who want different perspectives and different sounds, and just doesn't stick to one thing. And then that's the appeal of even Kendrick. Like I'll give him that much. Like Kendrick can put out records that have some sort of mass appeal, at least in the hip hop space and even the pop space, depending on what you're looking for.
That's
but
true.
We'll see, man. And I feel like Kendrick needs to just chill. He don't need to be dissing nobody anymore. There's no point.
No, there's no point. Unless but I would like to see him go at it with Game, if that's a thing.
Well, if they're not gonna go at it, he'll probably throw a dumb shot or a little shot. I mean, not a dumb shot, but a little shot at him on a record whenever he decides to record again. And that's it. Then Game's gonna be, because let's face it, yo. At this point in Game's career, he's just a little nigga now. Meaning little nigga when it comes to music. When it comes to like producing music,
records
stuff out
and
there. You're not in that space where you are a big dog anymore. You're putting out music for fun at this point. You know, you can say, you know, I'm not gonna. I should rephrase that. Sorry, you're not a little nigga. You're just doing music for fun. Like Nas does music. Nas put out 3 arguably classic albums. You know, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. I listened to them joints. I'm like, why wasn't you putting this shit back in 1999? Like when I was really listening.
He didn't have Hit Boy then, brother.
He didn't have Hit Boy, yeah. And a DJ Premier, like the records he did with Premier, like I love it. That's not as good as the singles and stuff that they did back in the day, but the consistency on each track to me was great. And the way, look, Nas is so great at just telling those stories and making the words connect in a way that you know, like nobody can. Yeah. And it kind of makes me miss like, and Jay was a whole different thing. He just spit the game. Like he just talks to you. Like Jay don't rap, he talks.
Jay is the hustler, you know, Nas is a storyteller, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's where they can both coexist. And I think that's where they both coexisted this entire time, right? But yeah, man.
Let's wrap it up. Let's catch up later.
Yes, sir.
I'll probably put it out today so we can keep up with the news, maybe go viral.
Let's go. Let's go, man. Thank you guys for taking time with us, man. Yeah. Have a good day, man. Bless up.
Episode 4. See y'all later.
Episode 4.
Peace.